Howdy SEO Moz readers, and welcome to another edition of Whiteboard Friday. Sorry I couldn't join you last week, although Scott's tour of the office was terrific. Last week I was with my fiance, mystery guest, and we went and visited Google down in Mountain View and Yahoo. Oh, Jane loves that. And we had a great time. We talked about a lot of fun things, and I got to present to the Google Spam team, which was really engaging and really interesting. And last week also we had some reputation management issues with SEO Moz. So we had some negative threads about us at Digital Point and at some blogs as well, mostly centered around the directories post that I had made. I think some directory owners got pretty upset with that stuff. So this week I wanted to take some of those lemons and make some lemonade and talk about brand management and brand management, reputation management types of issues. So some rules for this kind of thing. The number one thing is you've got to find out where you're mentioned, right? So some of these smaller blogs, some of the forums, even not really on my radar all the time. So I need to be actively investigating where is SEO Moz being mentioned. So hey, what's going on? Okay. Google is a good place to look, right? Google search, Google blog search is another great one to look at. I like sorting by date in Google blog search. Technorati, which automatically shows things by date. Obviously Yahoo. Dig is a good spot to look. Look in submissions. Don't just look in what's made it popular. Oftentimes in submissions you'll see interesting stuff. Yahoo and Google News are both good to look at. Some of the major forums, whatever the major forums might be in your industry. So maybe if you're in the adult industry, there's a ton of stuff there. If you're in the auto industry, there's a ton of automobile forums, right? In the search industry, I looked at places like Digital Point or SEO Chat or Search Engine Watch forums, that kind of thing. Live MSN, obviously, search and Ask Search. I also like to check Reddit and Netscape. Again, submissions, not just what's made it popular. And Yahoo Answers and Wikipedia, which are both big user-driven communities. You'll see a lot of brands mentioned across both of those. So, some things not to do. Do not leave negative comments, right? Don't just be anonymous and go in there and say, oh, you're full of crap, blogger so-and-so. That's a good guy. And of course, it's actually you talking about yourself and trying to promote yourself. Don't leave anonymous comments first off. I advise you, anytime you're doing brand management, represent yourself, right? Take ownership of what you're going to say. And secondarily, don't secretly market your brand. So if you see whatever it is, negative or positive comments or just people asking about things like, where's a good place to go buy Viagra? And, oh, you should go to Joe's House of Pills. Well, this is both Joe, right? So the thing is, for example, with SEO Moz, like I saw some forum posts that would ask questions like, hey, is SEO Moz premium membership, is that worthwhile? And some people would come in and say, yes, it is, and others would come in and say, no, it's not. And that's fine. I think that it's really not my place or anyone else's place on the staff to go in there and try and say, oh yeah, premium membership is great. Terrible idea, right? Marketing secretly, you will be found out, and even if you're not, it just leaves a really bad taste in my mouth. I think it's something to be wary of, and people will find out your IP address and track you back. So what do you do? What do you do? I like to respond. I do like to engage. I think being honest is really important. And you can apologize when you've truly done something wrong. I think that there's sometimes this idea that maybe an apology is an admission of guilt, and yes, it is, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. We all make mistakes, and we can own up to them. God knows I've made plenty. SEO Moz has made plenty. I'm sure we'll make some in the future. We should be apologizing for them, right? So if I have a blog post that says that Google supplemental results work one way, and then Michael Martinez points out that they actually work another way, Michael should get the credit, for having done that right and having known what was up there. So just because you're wrong doesn't mean that you should, try and cover that up. Another thing with brand management that I would highly suggest is give yourself a few hours or a few days before you start responding to comments, right? It's just like a flame war in the blogosphere or in the forum world. Just be careful, okay? Don't dive in head first and this was wrong and it made me angry and you're full of crap or whatever. Just play it cool and you'll be much better off, and give yourself some time off to think. Okay, well that wraps up this edition of Whiteboard Friday. Sadly, I will not be with you next week. I'm going to tour the Oregon countryside with mystery guest and look for a place to get married. So wish me luck. And I will see you all in 2 weeks. Take care.